Okay, let's take a look at 6.4.2, Episode 7. You're going to start out at Gather and Reason, and I apologize, there seems to be some typos from the district, but here where it says Gather, this is your Gather and Reason. You'll go into here, click on and watch the video, Ants and the Acacia Tree video, and in this video, it's going to talk to you all about the relationship between the acacia tree and the ants. So I want you to watch that first. Next, you're going to move on to Episode 7, Communicate. Episode 7, Communicate. Now, there is this document here. You're going to open this up. And in here, you're going to go through each interaction, and you are going to identify whether it is mutualism, predator or predation, or competition going on within each interaction. Now, add these definitions to your science journal. Pause here if you need a moment. Mutualism, it is the symbiotic relationship where all benefit. Remember, symbiotic, they are working together. We talked about Brock and Venom in Spider-Man as to how both benefit from the relationship. So go ahead and write that down. Next, predation, one species hunts another. And then finally, competition, two or more compete for the same resources. Again, I'm going to keep going. If you need, hit pause so you can get these written down. Now, once you have that understanding, you're going to go into this and read the interaction. So I'll do the first one with you. The Canadian lynx, which is a cat, a wild cat, the Canadian lynx and snowshoe hare, which is a rabbit, both live in the northern forests of Canada and Alaska. The population of snowshoe hares rises and falls based on resource availability. So the more food, the more rabbits you're going to have. When the population of snowshoe hares falls, the Canadian lynx suffers from lack of food resources. So, the interaction between the Canadian lynx, a wild cat, and the snowshoe hare, primary food source of the Canadian lynx, what category would you put that? Is that mutualism? Are they both benefiting? Is that predation? One hunts the other? Or is it competition where they're both competing for the same resources? So in this case, this is clearly predation. So you would fill this in as predation. Now, explanation. You would explain. The Canadian lynx hunts the snowshoe hare. There you go. There's your answer. You're going to do that for each one of these interactions. I'm going to quickly read them so that they're there. If you don't need me to read them for you, feel free to pause the video, and then you can go ahead and get to work and then submit it. But for those that would like it read, I will move through it. Interaction number 2. Lichens are formed by algae and fungi living together. Algae can photosynthesize and make food, meaning change light into food, which is shared by the fungus. The fungus, in turn, shelters the algae from a harsh climate. Categorize it, and then explain what's going on. Interaction 3. In a dense forest, many seedlings that germinated in the spring may not survive the winter because they do not receive enough sunlight. The tallest trees receive the most sunlight, and they often block the sun from reaching the seedlings on the forest floor. What category is that going to be? Mutualism, predation, or competition? There you go. Okay, moving on to number 4. Leafcutter ants larvae, that's the babies, eat only one kind of fungi. The ant colony's activities revolve around cultivating the fungi. They provide it with digested leaf material and can sense if a leaf species is harmful to the fungi and kept it free from pests. The fungi cannot survive without the constant care of the ants. Is this mutualism, predation, or competition? Number 5. Flowers need bees to pollinate them so their seeds can be fertilized. Bees need pollen to produce honey for their hives. Is this mutualism, predation, or competition? Number 6. A gardener releases ladybugs to help control the aphid population in his garden. Ladybug larvae will eat their weight in aphids each day. Is this predation, mutualism, competition? And then again, explain. And the last one, interaction number 7. Both vultures and hyenas eat dead animals. A hyena will chase away the vultures from a dead zebra, keeping the carcass for themselves. Is this mutualism, predation, or competition? So again, you're going to fill in for each one of these, and what I suggest, copy and paste this into the text box and fill in for each interaction. What category is it? Mutualism, predation, competition, and then your explanation. Remember, I did the first one with you already, which was the Canadian lynx and the snowshoe hare. That was clearly predation. The cats hunt the hares, and the explanation is explaining exactly that the Canadian lynx hunts the snowshoe hare. And then get that turned in. Okay, go ahead and get to work.